Hey, Tom, call him.
Tom too. Okay.
Welcome tonight. Merry Christmas all. Thanks for coming. We're going to get started here with our study session. Happy to have some representatives from BSN, correct?
BSN and Varsity Brand.
Yeah, thanks for coming and helping.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. I'm going to turn the time over to the superintendent.
Great, thank you. This is kind of I'm going to say it's an exciting moment because we're moving forward with the name and mascot discussion, and we've certainly been very thorough as we've discussed our different options throughout the past months. And I'm going to pause just a moment. I want to just recognize a couple of people. Justin and Ryan, will you guys stand up? Yesterday at Wasatch High, I had the privilege of making the announcement that Justin Kelly has been named as the new principal of the new school. And Ryan Bishop has been named as his replacement to be the new principal of Wasatch High School. Let's give them a hand. You guys can have a seat. We'll give you some time in regular board meeting to maybe share a few thoughts. And we appreciate you being here. And we're very fortunate in this district as we open a new high school to have two candidates with the experience and the quality of Justin and Ryan, and I'll tell you, they're as good as there is. They're as good as there is anywhere in the country, and I really appreciate them being part of our organization. So we do have some special guests here, some of them all the way from Texas. We do have a bit of a relationship with BSN and Varsity Sports. We buy some uniforms and some different athletic supplies from them. They have a branding department in their company, and they've helped lots of folks do exactly what we have in front of us, and that's opening a new high school with a new name, a new mascot, new colors, and as we've kind of been here and there and around, we think that these guys are as good as there is to help us with this process. They come highly recommended. We've seen a lot of the work that they've done, and we've invited them here at the board's request, or at least at the board's permission, to come and share some thoughts and ideas about three names that we gave to them that seem to have risen to the top for the board in these past weeks and months. So I'm not sure who wants to be the spokesman, but if one of you would like to step forward and then introduce the rest. We've spent some time with these people. They're great people. They're good at what they do. We'll go ahead and turn some time over to you.
Can I just say too, this process has not been easy. It is. Superintendent makes it sound like it's a little bit simple, but it is. This has been a lot of talk, so we're very excited to have you present this to us. So appreciate it.
I'll start.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Hello. Thank you for having us. I'm Julie Jackson with Varsity Brands and BSN Sports, and focus on brand new schools every day. So we help schools open up across the country, and have helped about 400 brand new schools open to date, leaning heavily on VIP branding. So I'll pass it off to Helen Price, and we'll just go down the.
Sounds good. I'm Helen Price. I'm actually from San Diego, California. Came in for this, and I am the Vice President of VIP Branding. So I'm going to be the one talking through everything, so you'll hear a lot from me in a few minutes.
Nation's expert.
For sure. And I'm Tom Hollis. I am with Varsity Brands corporately, work on a team by the name of Impact program there on the screen. So my area is Colorado and Utah and Wyoming and Montana and Idaho. So my job really every day, my wake up is connecting our business units with schools and school districts, presenting identity branding for those that are either opening brand new schools or potentially needing to have a refresh or a consolidation of multiple logos that they might want to consolidate those, and then give some great deliverables to kick off the relationship. So that's what I do. So
I'm Colin Pemberton. I'm the local BSN sales rep. I'm the one that talks with all the coaches, supplies the uniforms, athletic gear, all sorts of stuff like that. And we obviously work with all the awesome people with VIP branding.
So you guys may have heard that we had an awesome assembly a couple of weeks ago at the high school with a guy by the name of Kevin Atlas, who was a motivational speaker for the students and made a huge impact on our student body and our teachers and our student government. It's through BSN and Impact that we were able to do that.
So I would like to, let's kind of change the configuration here. We would like to invite you guys to join us up here at the table as you make the presentation.
And you have all the time you need to, so don't
Yeah, there's no rush. We've got plenty of time. Mr. Kelly, as the new principal, would you join us up here at the table as well?
That's that.
Mr. Kelly, you can sit over here.
Okay.
Come over by me.
I used to sit by you in school.
We got a chair for everyone. Kevin, Eric.
Got enough?
I'm going to stand.
Right here. I think that one's open.
Oh, all right. Tyler said to sit by him, so I was just following his order.
Musical chairs.
All right, ready to get started?
We are ready.
Well, again, my name's Helen Price, and I'm the Vice President of VIP Branding. And just a little bit about my background. I've been in the industry for about 30 years. I know I started when I was 6, but so I've been doing it for a lot of times, designing different things, working with different schools across the country. For the past 10 years, I'm the Vice President of VIP Branding. We basically focus on rebranding schools or branding new schools nationwide. We've worked with thousands and thousands of schools across the country, and it's just really exciting. What we enjoy doing most of all, we work with schools that may have to change with controversial mascots, they have an infringed logo, something along those lines. But what we really enjoy is working with new schools. It comes from the ground up, right? You only have one day to start, or the first time to start a new school. We want to help you start that as the nation's expert to do this branding. So I want to show a quick video about Catawba Ridge, who is a school that we started brand new. And just to kind of show you, Julie will be on there, so you'll be able to see her. And I'm just talking about how the branding component really starts early on to help brand the facility, brand the garments, everything to get the student body excited about it. So I'm going to share, it's about a 2.5-minute video.
Should we just point out that these are the same folks that helped us with our Education Elevated logo. They came up with this almost overnight. We were in a rush to roll it out, and we called them, and it wasn't 24 hours later they have this finished product that we've really used a lot and that we really love.
I love it too. When we pulled up in the parking lot, I saw the big sign outside, so I took a picture and sent it to our art team, because a lot of times they don't get to see their finished artwork on product, so it was really fun. I got all kinds of comments back. They were just so excited to see that. So. All right, let me share this video with you.
We're so excited for this day. Months and months of planning went into it.
The new school construction program really services the unique timelines of a school, whether it's a brand new school that has no identity or tradition, or major construction on an existing school. Catawba Ridge has been a fun partner for our program to first day of school.
I think the most important aspect was the branding of what Catawba Ridge would be in the future. So getting the principal named early, hooking in with the company early, to set that tradition was really important to us.
Having an opportunity to brand our school before we even got started really was important because people knew who Catawba Ridge was. They knew who the Copperheads were. They knew our logo. And we've used that CR and we've used that Copperhead snake a lot over the course of the last 6 or 8 months as we were building towards today. Planning without a staff, without students, was probably the biggest challenge.
I think a lot of times we have pride involved and we say we can do this, we know how to do this. You don't really know how. There's so many different variables that affect that. So working with Varsity Brands helped us because they already had the plan. You know, here's the steps, here's the process. It wasn't guesswork, it was a proven method, and that was important to us. So getting them on board early helped us.
To be a part of this and building it and put it together, it excites me. The new lighting, the stadium, all the branding with the Copperhead stuff everywhere. I mean, it's just the coolest thing ever for me.
850 kids is not as big as what some of our students have been in, so we get to create that dynamic and that culture ourselves, and we're really excited about it, and our students have been really excited about it. The more engaged they are in school, the better they're going to do.
Just a one-stop shop for everything, and it's not just stuff, it's quality stuff. You know, when we talk about treadmills and rowers and weights and helmets.
From the marketing of the brand, the logo, the name, the uniforms, to how to kick off the year, you know, with great guest speakers and great assemblies that get kids fired up. It was a no-brainer for us to jump on this one.
So the thing about VIP branding and Varsity Brands is our mission is to elevate the student experience. What we try to do is that visually, as you can see there. It's fun working with schools and collaborate with them on the logos. You can see how they have the eye throughout the Copperhead eye throughout the whole school in different places. Julie just told us this evening that they actually named a roller coaster, right, in the town after Copperheads because of that school. So it's great how the community rallies around it, and we like to work collaboratively with the schools. These are just some of the schools that we worked with just in the state of Utah. Like I said, we've worked with numerous schools across the country, but here's just a few examples of what we've done.
Is that our, oh, okay.
Yep, there you go. And these are a couple that we just finished. So this is for your district. Our group just loved working with the Highlander. You know, we deal with a lot of birds. The #1 mascot in the country is the eagle, and then of course bulldogs and tigers. But we get excited when we get to have something different. So our team just loved working on your little Highlander. And we liked looking at your mascot, the one that you actually have live on the campus. It was just fun to see the different parts of that brand come to life. And then just talking about the process of what we deal with at VIP branding. We work with the school on the designs. I'm going to be showing you a few later on that we worked ahead of time for you to see. But we collaboratively work with you because we want to embrace what your community would like to see in a brand. Once we're done with that, we do the mascot, we do the logos. You can see how Catawba Ridge had the CR on the uniform, the helmet, the cheerleading uniforms, everything. We work to make sure that it can be used in different types of products. Embroidery, screen printing, etc. So we want to make sure it's friendly in the way you can produce it. Once we're done with your brand, we do create a brand guide so that way you can send it out to different people saying here's our colors, here's our fonts, here's the way we want to use it, so then that way everybody can use it consistently across the board from day one. Because you don't want somebody to just all of a sudden come in and start adding new things. Like, we get a lot of people that may have an eagle, right? And then the football coach brings in another eagle, and then the band director brings in another eagle, and pretty soon you have a flock of eagles and you don't even know what your brand is anymore, right? So we try to bring a brand guide in there to help give that consistency where everybody knows what they're going to be doing from the day one. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see we have a VIP brand locker. It's password protected. When we do the logo for you, we collaboratively work with you, but then it's yours. Okay, it's yours to use however you want to do. So we create a VIP brand locker because we find a lot of schools over a period of time, they'll lose their art files, it gets pixelated, people reproduce off of other things, and it just isn't clear anymore. So we give you all the files that you need ready at your fingertips at any time. JPEG is the white background, PNG is clear, and then the AI and EPS are the vector format. So if you wanted to change it red, white, and blue for a patriotic theme or pink for breast cancer awareness, you can do that with the files that we supply. So that's just a little bit about what the deliverables would be in the whole process and what we've done for the other schools that we've worked with in your district. Now, let's talk about your new school. So the components of a new school, we're talking about you want it to be unique, right? Historical, you want to have a legacy, and you want it to be unifying. So this is what we want to see in the different types of brands. And again, you only have the one time to start a new school. You want to do it right. So with the 3 different concepts we are going to present to you today, we really looked at these different components that you talked about previously. First one, Iron Horse High School. This is the first concept we're going to present. So the reason why we thought this was good, this is the why, right? It's a term for a steamboat locomotive and the railway on which it travels, originating in the early 1800s when horses still powered machinery. The name Iron Horse could be a good choice as it pays homage to the historical significance of the Iron Horse train in the region. By using this name, the school can establish a connection to the local heritage and evoke a sense of pride and identity among the students and the community. Additionally, the name Iron Horse conveys strength, resilience, and continual progress, which are qualities that can be associated with a school that aims to provide quality education and prepare students for the future. Now let's talk about colors. I know you already have the colors chosen, but we wanted to try to take these colors to the next level and kind of marry it to the name of the school. So we thought steel blue, silver mine, and white smoke. So that'd be kind of fun to tie in with the Iron Horse. Next, why Thunder? Okay, we talked about the name Thunder would be the representation of your school mascot. So why is that? Thunder's powerful, right? You can hear it. Thunder's loud and impossible to ignore. That can be the crash of the thunder, or that can be the locomotive coming by, right? It commands attention and it can be intimidating. You want that strong presence for your athletes. And it powers through the mountain valley just like a well-oiled and strong locomotive. It reflects school values, effort, drive, strength, and determination. And the name Thunder gives plenty of creative ideas that you can use for this, for cheers, for chants, for all kinds of things that you can use. So next, I'm going to show you some things that our art team put together to just kind of show you visually what you could think about Iron Horse High School, all right? Drum roll, please. All right, so here's some ideas we came up with. So Iron Horse High School in the middle, strong font, okay? Angled in the front to represent that type of locomotive feel. The smokestack in the top there is actually a subtle mimicking of your Mount Timpanogos. So it's not so in your face, but it's very subtle. We like doing kind of subtle things with brands, so it means something to you, but maybe somebody that looks at it on the internet may not understand. So we love how the smokestack comes out of the S, and then the H goes to the side, gives that motion coming forward. You're moving forward. We also have the train on the left-hand side, the locomotive, that would be a representation of that. Again, we tried to mimic that smokestack there as well. The word Thunder on the bottom, and then we did a circle mark over on the right-hand side, which kind of gives the train tracks around it, and then the IH, just a strong symbol. Again, this is just our work in progress that our art team decided to come up with to show you just visually what Iron Horse could have the potential to look like. Next, some slogans that you could possibly use for Iron Horse. We always think it's good to have like values or different things for the school. Here's some different slogans. We have 3 for each of the concepts. So the one, iron sharpens iron. So iron sharpens iron. It could be a student helping another student. It's collaboratively working together to help each other. Also, just as the iron blade becomes sharper when they're rubbed up against each other, so is engaging in collaborative learning, constructive decisions, and friendly competition. So that's why we think this would be really good. And it can foster a positive learning environment for your student body. Another one, full steam ahead, right? You're a train, locomotive, full steam ahead. Commitment to our purpose, conquering our challenges, and pushing forward with resolve. It's suggesting that full energy, that full enthusiasm. Nothing's going to stand in your way. You're going to move forward, right? It's strong, and it can be a great slogan for your school. It's confidence. The next one, feel the power, hear the roar. It's unwavering confidence and potential, unmatched strength and power. Feel the power suggests a direct connection to the strength, energy, or influence of the namesake, while hear the roar symbolizes the sound manifestation of the power, such as the roar of the train. The power refers to the student's capabilities too, the potential that your students can have at the school. So that's concept 1. Let's go to concept 2, Deer Creek High School. So why Deer Creek High School? What's the why behind the school name? The legacy of the school is built around the reservoir, which provides power and water to the community. The valley uses power from Deer Creek Dam and provides water to 1.5 million people. Using the name is tied to creates a legacy, like we talked about in those 4 components, the legacy. Students and alumni can feel a sense of continuity, knowing that their school's name reflects the same values the community has cherished for generations, and it's a name that can be passed down with pride, legacy, like we talked about in those other ones. And Deer Creek High School could be a good name for a school because it's locally meaningful and it's deeply connected to the natural beauty. The colors for this school could be lake blue, silver mine, and glacier white. So again, marrying those names with the school name. And then we talked about Riverhawks. That was the potential with the Riverhawks. Also known as Osprey, the Riverhawk shares many characteristics that can be associated with students and staff. They're distinctive, powerful, adaptive, and resilient. They are migratory birds, and they travel great distances, and Riverhawks always find their way back to their home waters. Your students would know that no matter how far away they go, this school would always be their alma mater. They thrive in different environments, and they're a symbol of strength, agility, and resilience. So let's look at some artwork for this one as well. So Deer Creek High School, again, on this one, we also put Mount Timpanogos in the background to show that. We just showed an example of a Riverhawk on this with a strong DC symbol that can be used on many different types of apparel. And then the circle mark with the mountain in the background, as well as the sun and the water representing the dam on that. And then next, let's talk about the slogans. Power the world, right? It's a dam. You're powering 1.5 million people. So you evoke a sense of energy, influence, and transformation, and it implies strength, leadership, and the ability to make a significant impact in the community. The next one, empowering minds, energizing the future, conveys a powerful message about the role of education in shaping both individuals and the world. It's empowering. The students are encouraged to take control of their learning, develop their own potential, and become independent thinkers. And energizing, preparing students to take on leadership roles, make meaningful contributions, and shape the world around them. And the last one, where knowledge powers the future, carries a strong and inspiring message about the transformative power of education. And students are equipped to make a meaningful impact in the world ahead of them. So that's number 2. Let's talk about number 3, Northfields High School. So the why behind Northfields High School. Northfields is a large open space of pastures where the high school is going to be built. I just drove by it. It's beautiful. Can't believe that the building's already going up there and a beautiful field out there. So that's great. It was great to drive by there and see that. The use of North is the name that can symbolize the guiding force, a place of leadership and moving towards progress. It can also imply that the school is a northern hub in the area, perhaps central to the community that is on the rise. A field represents a space for growth, both literally in terms of agriculture and metaphorically in the terms of education. Naming the school Northfields conveys that it's a place where students can grow, learn, and cultivate their potential. And let's look at the colors for this. Mineral blue, silver lake, and cloud white. I looked up Deer Creek and the different minerals in there, and that was a big thing that I found online, so I thought mineral would be a good one for the blue. And then visually, we use the same hawk on this, the Riverhawk, but we just wanted you to see the Northfields, the word Riverhawks in different font, and the NF, so you can see the power of the brand that could look like. And let's look at the slogans for Northfields. Where growth meets excellence. It emphasizes both the journey of personal development and the pursuit of high standards. Where growth, a focus on continuous learning, improvement, and progress, both academically and in life skills. And meets excellence, the alignment of high standards of achievement, quality, and performance that the school strives for, both in academics and extracurricular activities. The second slogan, soaring with purpose. Soaring, rising above, great heights, right? You're going above and beyond, symbolizing the idea of striving for success, reaching new goals, and achieving your full potential. And then with purpose, a deeper reason behind actions, such as contributing to the community, pursuing a meaningful career, or making a positive impact on the world. And then lastly, a field of possibilities, a future of excellence. It conveys a message of opportunity, potential, and the high standards. A school provides an environment full of opportunities and choices. It prepares students to achieve exceptional success and makes a positive impact in their future. You can see a lot of these, we want to make a positive impact in the future with these students. So, with these, now that we've presented the 3 concepts, we look at these different things: unique, historical, legacy, and unifying. And with these different things that we've talked about, we talked about it as a team, we've talked about it with our marketing department at varsity brands level. We're talking a huge organization, right? We're talking about these different organizations. And it's with our recommendation that we feel Iron Horse is the strongest out of these three concepts to name the new school. And I'm gonna go over why this was. And this was unanimous. Like when we talked to the different people and we showed them these different ones, they're all like, Iron Horse, that's amazing. Like I love that name. And the reason why is it's unique. So when we saw the school, when we see this picture first of all, many times you can see Catawba Ridge, like they start with walls, they start with stairs and windows, right? That's it. And then you have to put the branding in it to make it look like something. When you look at this, and we explained it to our staff and everybody we're talking to, this already looks like a train station. So it joins so well with the name Iron Horse and the legacy behind why you have the word name Iron Horse. So that was like, you already have a starting point there because you already have the school to name something with it. This just kind of makes sense to us. It just gives that look. Now, with 131,000 schools in the United States, there are only 2 other schools in the United States named Iron Horse. There's an elementary school that's the Engineers, and there's a middle school that's the Jaguars. That's it. So when you talk about the uniqueness aspect of it, that's going to be unique. You would be the only Iron Horse high school we would have in the United States. And in the U.S., the majority of the schools, like I said, we deal with are birds, bulldogs, and tigers, right? But thunder, when you talk about thunder, that can be a representation of different ways. The majority of the schools in the country for the word thunder will use a horse, a bull, a lightning bolt, something along those lines. We only found 3 schools that use some type of locomotive in their branding whatsoever at all. So again, that's very unique to what you have. So let's talk about the history, right? So we have a girl on our staff, and we were talking about this brainstorming, you know, this concept of the school names. And so we're talking about Iron Horse and showing the image, and she goes, oh my gosh, yeah, Iron Horse, that's a steam locomotive in the Wasatch Mountains, you know, and she exactly knew who it was. And I go, how do you know that? And she goes, I lived there for a period of time. And I said, okay, so you know that? She goes, I would want to go to that school. I want my kids to go to that school. Like, she was so excited to see what this was and being a part of that community. She's now in Indianapolis. So, but she was so excited. It was neat to see somebody on our staff that had a connection that I had no idea had that connection to this community. And then let's talk about the legacy, right? The legacy you're leaving behind. You have the legacy already about this history in your area. It's just going to be moving on with the future, right? It's going to be teaching those kids about Iron Horse and about the history of it too. It's going to stand the test of time. And then unifying, we don't see anything divisive in this. You know, we do many research things. After 2020, we researched a lot of things about many different brands and different names and mascots and all of those things. In all of this, we did not find anything divisive that in 10 years you're going to have a problem with, right? Naming it Iron Horse High School. It has a symbol about your history, about your past, about your community. I do feel like this could stand this test of time in this. And again, everybody we showed this to and talked to, the one that was on my staff and anybody else, they all said, yeah, this is the one we'd want to send our kids to or we'd want to go to. It's just exciting, you know. A lot of times you just have like something like something in the front, like a sign or something like that. But when you talk about, I'm going to go back to this. Whoops. If you had a locomotive in the front of your school, you'd be the only school in the United States with a locomotive. And that is just a cool factor right there. That is so cool. And then this whole area is just so much fun. So we were all excited about it, just to be honest. As you can tell by my excitement now. The branding opportunities. I talked about that a little bit before too, just the branding opportunities. When we sat around as a staff and we're just thinking about different things that you can have components of this new school, things just start flowing. I mean, it seems so natural because you could do so many different things. Here's just a few, like the gym could be the depot. The softball and baseball fields could be the yard. The student section could be the thundering herd. You know, we work with a lot of schools, again, starting that student section day one strong, because, you know, there may be a student that isn't athletic and isn't good in academics, but they want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. And by them being a part of just the student section, that's big. So it makes them want to come to school. It makes them want to be a part of something. The common area could be the station. The class bell, train whistle. You can have all kinds of fun with that. Tom found a song that was called Big Boy, and in that song that we found about the locomotive going through the mountains here, it talks about the Wasatch train. So that was pretty exciting. So there's so many different things you could do with it, just sounds. The cafeteria boxcar. The yearbook could be the spike. The sideline mascot could either be the engineer, which the engineer is the person that is like driving the train, leading the train, but the conductors are the ones that are back there with the passengers. So you could do either one, right? With your person that wants to walk the sideline because you always want somebody to walk the sideline, you don't want somebody to wear a big train costume, right? So that can tie into who you are. And then, so this just came naturally when we were brainstorming as our team. It was really fun to do that. And it made me think about in San Diego, we had an arena football team called the Fleet. And, in San Diego, we're a big military town. So the Fleet was just like a perfect match for us as well there, too. But sitting in the arena, and you could hear, like, the sound of the boat, like, type of thing, and different sounds and sights that you had that were all tied to that Fleet type of concept. I kept thinking this could be the same type of thing you could have for your school, too. Yes.
How many high schools did you say have the mascot Thunder?
Thunder, there's a lot of that just say Thunder, but they don't represent the train.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah, maybe like a bull or a lightning bolt or a horse. A lot of
Is it
little
very
horses.
few that represent? Okay.
Yeah.
Harriman uses the Thor hammer as
Yeah.
a thunder.
Mhm, Yeah, Thor is a big one too, yeah. And then the other thing we thought too, you could even say, when they say like Iron Horse, first down, at football, you could even have them like start it out from day one and just go like first down, like that train type of like locomotive type of thing, so just something fun like that. So again, when we're looking at this, we just go wow factor, right? The Iron Horse, we just love the strength of this, the uniqueness of it. I think your students can rally around it. It's got all of those components of those 4 things that we talked about. And then we thought it'd be fun for you to just kind of see some on apparel. This is just some mock-ups that we just wanted to show you as an idea. On the football helmet, you could wrap that train going around the back on both sides if you wanted to. Just some things like with the helmets, the polo shirts, you want to see how you can use it for uniforms, fan wear, websites, all kinds of things. So I thought that would be a fun thing to show you. So again, our recommendation is Iron Horse, and we think it would be a great brand. We're excited to work with all of you, and if this is the school you decide to choose or any of the other names, we're excited to work with you and find it a privilege to work with you on your district brand, on your different school brands, and thank you so much for entrusting us with working with your school district too. Sorry. That is it. Thank you.
Excellent job.
Julie is the team, I think you're kind of the team lead here. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I will just say, I echo Helen's sentiment about our gratitude to you all, and it is an honor. When you all visited Dallas, so first of all, we get to see hundreds and thousands of schools across the country. It's a privilege. We get to learn how the best administrators in the world get to pour into these kids, and we also see a lot of mascots. We see a lot of school colors. We see great branding, and we see not great
Do
branding.
you like the big Dallas Cowboys as the colors?
No.
I love these colors, but I would not ever. So I do love these colors, but I have to tell you, when you all visited Dallas and you were talking about your new school, it's one of our things just to hear. Tell us about your project. Tell us how you got here, what your population looked like. And when you threw out Iron Horse, I was blown away. I said, oh my gosh, that's the strongest name, and I don't hear it every day. And remember, one of the privileges I have is helping schools open. And when Helen says we get one chance to open a new school and we got to get it right, and we've talked to so many administrators who go, I wish that we would have. And so I do think you're in a really good opportunity. You have a great opportunity here to be really unique. Anything, you can't go wrong, right? They were all beautiful and very meaningful. But, and I see across to every student that comes, every teacher that comes, the pride that could be shown here is really, really powerful. So, again, thank you. You are surrounded by a great team here. Couldn't be happier there. And if there's anything that you all have for us, if we haven't covered something, or if we are not doing something that's someone out there that's keeping you up at night, and you say, you know what, we need a company that's doing this with us as we open this school, we'd love to hear that. So we really would love to hear from you now.
Well, it's good. Again, we've been dealing with this. I wore an Iron Horse T-shirt to our Christmas party
Oh, did you?
last year.
Okay.
And here we are again at the same time.
Oh, last year. Okay.
So this has been a real process
Yeah,
back and forth,
yeah.
but no, really appreciate that,
Yeah.
that kind of feedback of where that is.
Just a little outside looking in, I guess, you all are in the middle of it, and I know, things like this can be painful too, and, you know, the rezoning can be painful, and trying to please everyone, is not easy. So I have compassion for wearing the same
Yeah,
t-shirt.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
I have a question for one of you. Utah's still fairly small, and normally, or oftentimes when a high school is named, you can identify it by the region it's in.
Okay.
And this doesn't really seem to be the case this time. Is that a concern?
No. I know what you mean, like a lot of times, like in the area I live in, we're Granite Hills, and it's Granite Hills High School,
Yeah.
you know, so it's that. But you can only do Central High School or things so many times, so not naming it your community name, it's not a problem. I mean, this is just strong, because it does have a community tie, so I
And
understand what
you
you mean.
did say
now.
that the
Yeah.
person that you knew, oh yeah, I know
Yeah.
that you trained there, and this was where? This is in Texas or wherever?
Indianapolis, she was in
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis, yeah. Yeah, so and I asked her again, I'm like, when did you learn that? She goes, I learned it in elementary school, when I lived there, so, they have some tie there, yeah, so I do feel it's got a tie, and I learned a lot, you know, because I wasn't familiar with the area here, so by researching each of these, I learned a lot about Iron Horse just in the tie it is with your community.
And we've built a train station. It's really what this high school is. It's to look and to feel that way.
It's amazing, because you can see Catawba Ridge, we had to put branding in it to represent their brand, where you already have a start. When you walk in there, you're gonna feel it, you know. Where if you're a Riverhawk, if you walk in, it's like, what am I
What's a
feeling?
Riverhawk?
What is that? Yeah, so when you walk in, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, train, yeah, done. It was so good. Yeah. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
really quick, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Would you ever consider using Iron Horse as a mascot?
It's a possibility, yeah. I mean, we could figure out what that symbolism is.
Because could it still be
that.
the train?
Mhm.
Because, I mean, an Iron Horse is a train, so could the mascot just be the train? Okay.
Yeah, but then it would be like if you're Iron Horse High School, think about cheers and chants or things. A lot of times they'll have with the name Iron Horse High School, and then you have a representation of something else, you know, like Granite Hills Eagles or, you know.
But then you're
Dallas
the Iron
Cowboys.
Horses.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, home of the Iron Horse.
Iron
It's
Horses. We've been down this whole lot.
a train. And now same with Iron Horse.
I mean, I think that most schools will do the school name and something representing it that's a different name. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I find.
Let's hear from our, we've put him on the spot a lot. We really have. Justin, you're our new principal of the school. Give us a little bit of your feedback here. What do you like?
What do you think I like?
I know what you like, but say it.
From day one, Iron Horse, it makes it easy to, just like these guys talked about with getting students behind things and coming up with names. I'm just going to use Nest for example. A Riverhawk used a Nest. I love Wasatch High. I don't want to go to the gym to the Nest because Wasatch High has one. Right? It's the same concept. And to me, if we're going to have a new high school and we're going to separate the valley and have friendly competitions between Wasatch Wasps and Iron Horse Thunder, it has to be a little bit different. It can't be the same because we're not doing the same things. And to me, day one, everybody I've talked with about Deer Creek or Northfields or Iron Horse, it's been 90% that love Iron Horse. We're probably going to always have someone who's going to say, well, why did you name it that? But in the end, I question why I'm just being honest, I question why are we the Wasps? Because it rhymed? Right? No one knows. I tried to find the research on why Wasatch High School is the Wasps. I know why we're Iron Horse Thunder. It's pretty self-evident. And so, for me, as a principal and the team that I would have around me, I think these guys have done an amazing job. Let's give them a round of applause. They put to words or pictures of something that, if I walked into the high school tomorrow and I wore my IH hat, or I had the train on my sweatshirt, or that cool looking helmet, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of kids that's like, that's pretty dang cool. Because I kind of showed my daughter, and she's a junior, and she's like, that's pretty cool, Dad. I showed her all three of them. That's the one she liked.
That says a lot.
Yeah.
Kids like it.
Yeah, they're going to wear that sweatshirt and think that's pretty cool.
Anything else there, everybody?
Well, we're not deciding tonight.
Why not?
Oh,
Why not
we
right now?
are?
Yeah, I think we
I
need to.
didn't
I think it's time.
Okay, then I just wanna go back to something that you said, that 90% of people liked Iron Horse, but yet when we poll the community, teachers, students, and parents, it's not the number one, it's number 3. Deer Creek High was number 1. So why would we move away from that?
So here's what I've been told. I can go,
Yeah, go ahead.
there's some people who don't want to go to the new high school, so let's name it something we don't want it to be, or we want it to be. Like, they're using the opposite effect. That's what I've been told.
That's a new one for me.
That
So the
should be,
data we
because I've
throw
sold
out
it.
because people might have painted it?
They're that's what I was told by teachers who did the survey with kids. I'm going to pick something that, because I'm not going to go there, so they pick a Deer Creek, or they pick something else when that's the name that, if you talk to a kid, that's the name they like.
Okay, so maybe that would work for kids, but how can you say that that's the case for parents and community?
I didn't pull everybody. I told you that.
That's what I'm saying, like, I mean, we have a wider,
And I think what we have here, Mary Ann, is we have a theme that we're working on. And everything else that we've decided and talked about goes against that theme. This aligns with the theme of what we've done with this high school. Said it from the start. We built a $160 million train station. We have to honor that somehow.
107.
Everything else is contradictory to that.
I was just surprised, I didn't think we were making a decision
No,
in study session
we've been
tonight.
talking about this for a long time.
I know.
It's time to make a decision.
So who
It's
went to
time to make a
Dallas?
decision.
So who went to Dallas and presented this to them?
Some of the staff went to Dallas, it wasn't about the branding, it was about the product that we buy from this company, and they were showing us. They invited
It's more
folks
related to
down.
the BSN sports side. We were just kind of touring all the facilities and how just all the like production of apparel uniforms work.
It was not about the branding.
I just popped in to say hi. I'm about to hear about the district. I didn't know.
I mean, for you guys and everything with this.
I didn't know we were voting right.
We're not voting.
Yeah.
We're not voting.
deciding right
We're just simply making a decision of this, and this doesn't have to be a vote. It's never had to be a vote. This is a decision that we've made that we can make now.
We're not voting, deciding right.
Correct.
This hour.
Yeah.
So you weren't thinking that we were deciding right
I
this
don't know
hour
what I
either?
was thinking, to be honest. My mind is on
We've got lots on
many
our
other
plate.
things right
We
now.
really
so.
do.
Cause I thought
Truly, I
we
didn't
had,
think much beyond the presentation, so.
yeah. Well, it's just puzzling to me because we had come to an agreement, the 5 of us, like you asked, and it was pushed back. And here we are with no heads up that this is now what's being done.
There's been a heads up.
But-
There has been a heads up.
But not on this.
Yes, there has.
Iron
Let's start.
Horse?
We've talked about this
No,
for a
I'm
solid
talking about.
year.
I know, and we talked went back and forth. Tyler, you can get pissed, but we went back and forth about was it the name or the mascot?
No, you have talked about that.
Is
That has
anybody
been
else?
you, Marianne, from the start. As the name.
If you guys are all good with Iron Horse, then I guess it's Iron Horse, because this is a majority rules
Yeah.
board, even though we're not voting.
Tom, your thoughts?
Just add it to the list of things we've got to get wrapped up in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm okay wrapping it up in the next 2 weeks. I just didn't know. Study session was when
We're
we
gonna
were
go
making
down
the
the same
decision.
road amongst us. So we need to make a decision.
So do you want a decision right here, right now, or
That's what you just
later?
said.
I would like to do it now. You know, and everybody in this room is looking at us five here again to make this decision. Okay. We know what they want. Let's honor that. And move on.
I'm gonna,
This fits.
I've been
Ready?
thinking about it.
This fits.
I've been thinking about the name, and I did have an aha moment that I didn't really share with anybody. I didn't share with anybody. We have, I call you the OGs of Heber Valley, I guess. And you've been very, very persistent with this name. It hasn't always been my favorite, my number one choice, but you've been very, very persistent with this name, and there's a reason for it. I'm fine going with it. If this is the name you want to go with, I'm fine going with it. I support it. I'll back you up. I'll rah-rah behind it. You know.
There's going to be heartburn one
Yeah,
way or the other.
there's
There
gonna be,
is.
and the thing is we've been working for a year, and we haven't really, even among the five of us, come, like, we
left
thought we
five.
did. We thought we did, but the next
We
day
left.
I did not. Like, admittingly, at 4 a.m. the next morning I woke up and, you know, I disclosed that to everybody that I wasn't settled with that. So
So
we haven't really come to anything else, and this is one that they're truly, truly, truly passionate about. If this is what they're passionate about, then I feel like I need to support
That's a great
it.
point.
And this is something I haven't shared with anybody. I haven't talked to anybody about this. Came to this it's my own conclusion that, you know, I've always admired Paul being forward-thinking, but at the same time wanting to keep the traditions of this valley. And if this is something he is truly, truly passionate about, then I need to support it.
So is that a yes?
I will back you up.
Corey?
yes.
So we are voting.
Yeah.
Go for it.
For me, I've come full circle on this, and there's a part of compromise that I look at this decision in that there's more to it than maybe what I've seen in the past, and I do think that there's an attribute of leadership, compromise that is for the betterment of the team, and you can't go wrong with the top three in our surveys. So we've surveyed this thing to death,
We don't need to survey anymore.
and it's in the top three, and you can get beat up on any decision that you make, regardless of the reason or the rationale. I don't think you can go wrong with any of the three that we've discussed tonight, and for the record, in the spirit of compromise, this is the name that I choose.
Okay. Marianne?
$170 million train station, I believe, is what was said multiple times. So,
Can we make this decision? Can we say that's what we feel like it is?
I think we did.
Then we just
Send out the press release.
send it out. Okay.
There it is.
There it is. Get you a hat. Ducker bed. Tonight.
Love the passion. Appreciate the passion, Justin. Thank
well,
you.
enough passion for it.
You guys know I'm a passionate guy.
And that's why,
Well, where did your committee come out? They liked Iron Horse.
The committee from the get-go was Iron Horse. And I was just speaking for the committee, but
the original name we had last Christmas was Iron Horse Thundering Herd. That's the presentation that they came with.
Okay, I saw that, image of the gym floor with that being heard at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Anyone
you for
else?
coming. coming out. Yeah,
I think it's important at this point moving forward that we really get behind it, celebrate it, be proud of it, and get our kids behind it, get our kids and our teachers behind it, and be proud of it and move on.
It is a good, strong name.
It is. I agree that it's a good, strong name. I love the colors. I love the meaning of the colors. And we've made this decision. Now let's get behind it and make everybody proud.
Yep, you got a lot of work
So-
just to get this thing ready the next year.
On behalf of the new principal of Iron Horse High School, I'd like to say thank you to the board for going through this process. I know it wasn't easy. I know there was discussions and everything else, but in the end, I do feel like, we talked about it today in Principals PLC, that you have to collaborate with people to get the best result. And I talked about my journey as a principal. I got to pretty much do what I wanted as a middle school principal because I was the only middle school principal in the district until Timpanogos came on. And then all of a sudden I had to start collaborating with someone, and it was hard. Dave would call me up, and I'm like, don't call me up and ask me questions when you want to just argue with me, right? But in the end, our product got better. And as I moved up to the high school, and I had discussions with Mr. Bishop and the other principals, I learned quickly that compromise is how we get things done and how we go about making things better. And I believe the high school now is a better place than it was when I started 4 years ago for what we did as a collaborative group. It wasn't just me, it was collaboration. And I know that Iron Horse High School is going to be the best high school, new high school in the state because of collaboration that I will still get to have with Wasatch High School and the rest of them. So to me, we compromised, we worked through it, and this is an example that we can share with kids. This was not an easy decision, but it was the right decision. And so I'm just saying thank you to the board for naming it because we needed a name. I was tired of telling people, I don't know what the name is, but I'm the new principal, and that's only been 2 days.
How many times has your dad asked you what the name of the new school is?
Which time do I see him today, right?
Yep.
Every time I go down the lane, every time. It was, now he doesn't ask me, are you gonna go to the new high school, because I got to tell him that yesterday, but it was, who's gonna be the principal? What's the name of the high school?
Ask me every time you see him too.
So thank you.
You're welcome, Justin. To add to that, just to give some context to those there in the room that are listening, this high school is, there's some emotion tied to it. The fact that it's even going to be built in the time frame that it's going to be built at, for the cost that we were able to get it built, and that sense of ownership and stewardship behind this building is,
Well, that's why this has been so hard.
It's
You're
in our
exactly
heart
right.
as the board.
Right.
And so we have that, and we wanted to get the name right, and so the back and forth and the up and down and the left and right is what charged all of that. It's just the sense of ownership and stewardship for this building to even be existent.
We're leaving a legacy.
I would say, as much as you have passion, we felt passion and responsibility for the exact reasons that he stated.
Right.
So I know it's been hard for everyone, but the responsibility was taken very seriously.
Very seriously.
So
And I know that.
And at the same time too, we need a principal who is 200% behind it to get the kids behind it, so.
Well, I said this yesterday when the superintendent announced me. And don't take this the wrong way, it's just kind of how I think. It's pretty simple. The brick and mortar is the easy part. I know it wasn't easy getting all the approval, but I'm saying building that school is the easy part. Putting the heart and soul into it is the hardest part we're going to do. We have to get that same spirit that we have at Wasatch High in a place that some people didn't want a new high school, right? But we went about it a different way, and so this name is different than anything else. something we can kind of put the heart and soul into Iron Horse. Could have I done it with Northfields? Yeah, I could have. Could have I done it with Deer Creek? Yeah, I could have. But not the same way.
Not Heber Valley.
Not Heber Valley. I couldn't have.
You know what, Justin, I know in the end you all decide, but the spike as the yearbook, that's pretty cool. I do like that.
There's some cool things that we can do. Yeah, that was Helen.
That was totally Helen.
Way to
I
go,
wrote that
Helen.
down.
Nice job, Helen. Where's your trip?
Yeah.
I did like that.
Helen's a genius.
And this is just the first blush. I mean, these guys, this is not like finalized. Any of these branding's not finalized. But we'll go get a sweatshirt made quick, and I'm gonna wear it around.
We gotta get that locomotive in the budget.
We all get one, right?
Absolutely. You guys will be my first ones. I hand one out.
We're gonna call it the old Paul Sweat. That's what we're gonna call it. The big one.
Blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. Nice.
Be picking on me.
Well, thank you guys. That was,
And congrats, everybody.
that was,
That's awesome.
that was a good job. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's take a little break and come back for our meeting, set up the room. Appreciate it.